Sunday, December 28th. The year is just a couple days away from ending. Um, I'm actually getting the vlog started very late today. I think this is actually going to be one of my last vlogs for a while because I'm doing a shift in 2026 and focusing on other things other than vlogging all the time. I will still post very consistently, but as far as vlogs, I want to give you guys some more content that is more beneficial to you. So for that reason, I'm kind of moving away from vlogs until they are actually entertaining. But right now, I am multitasking. I got YouTube on in the background. I'm folding laundry, and I'm actually editing a vlog that should have been up weeks ago. And in a minute, Spectrum should be here because I've been dealing with them all day because my internet, my TV, I have the streaming package, and my stream package was missing some channels. So I contacted them today to say, hey, what's going on? The guy that I was chatting with couldn't fix it. But instead of telling me that he was going to reach out to a lead to see what they can do, he just went ahead and reached out to them, left me sitting there for a while. Now, in this hour that I was dealing with him, before all that happened, he had me log in and out of my app on both my TVs several times, and then he had me to uninstall the app and then reinstall it, and then log in and out again. That didn't work. He also had went ahead on his end and rebooted the modem and router. That didn't work. So that's when he reached out to his lead, which is okay. It's just let me know that that's what you're doing. I just happened to notice that all of my devices were trying to reconnect to the Wi-Fi again. So I asked him, I was like, did you just reboot my modem again? And he was like, yeah, I'm working with a lead. That's when he told me I'm working with a lead. They may have rebooted it or whatever. Okay, cool, whatever. So in doing this, he tells me that, oh, I can see that you have two cable boxes and they're both online. I'm like, the cable boxes were disconnected back in October when I was told to disconnect them. So they're not online. They shouldn't be online. He was like, I still show that they're online, so see if you have your channels on the cable boxes. So instead of arguing with him, I just went ahead and tried to see if the cable boxes had channels. They didn't. So I tell him, I said, one cable box says call to reactivate, the other one says call to upgrade. And he's like, but do you have channels? So that's when I started getting frustrated because I'm like, how can I have channels when it's telling me to call to reactivate or call to upgrade? Well, you just said that on one box. I said, no, I said it on both boxes. So that's when I started typing in all caps because now you're pissing me off. Now I told him, I said, we've been at this for an hour. Just make sure that the other cable box is taken off my bill because that's something that they didn't do in October, and credit me for the last 2 months. I'm over this. Then I was like, in fact, my internet is still not back up and running. It's been, the modem has been rebooted for the last 5 minutes. It shouldn't take this long when there was no problem with the internet before I contacted you. And he was like, actually the modem turns out to be the problem. It failed provisioning or something like that, he said. And I was like, I said, this is unacceptable. I said, so now I can't do the work I need to do without the TV because my internet is broken and it was just fine an hour ago before I reached out to you. So I need someone out here today to fix my internet because this is unacceptable. I said it was working just fine before I called you. It should still be working just fine. So that's when he was like, we're going to get an appointment as soon as possible for you or whatever. I was like, I don't care about as soon as possible. It better be today. So a few seconds later, he came back and was like, yeah, I can get someone out there today between 5 and 6. At this time, it was still like 3:15. So I was like, okay, go ahead and send them. So it is currently 4:39. So, and I just got a call from Spectrum saying that the technician Charles will be here shortly. So that's what we're doing. Waiting for Charles to show up to fix my internet. Now, in their defense, it did come back online after. Hold on, this is probably them calling now. Yeah, that was an automated system calling me again to let me know that Charles is on his way, which I don't know why I had to call back, but he's on his way. But then I see that he did go ahead and remove the cable box, but I see that they also have me now under the Community Solutions plan, which means that my apartment complex is providing internet, but I don't see the internet charge on my rent statement. So I'm wondering how much my rent is about to go up now. When they first told us about this back in September, I believe it was, because it was before I left Spectrum. They said our rent was going to increase by $60 to cover it. So I'm hoping that it's not more than that. But now I'm about to call them back and be like, I need a lower cable plan because I should not be paying $140 just for cable, especially streaming cable. When that was the whole point of me going to streaming was to get the lowest plan available. And streaming, when I was working there just a couple weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago now, streaming only was $49.99. And that was not an introductory price. That was the going rate, $49.99.
How are you guys doing? So how was Christmas for you, sir?
So I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, this is bullshit. I'm trying to decrease bills, and they said he charged me an arm and a leg for bullshit. So we'll see what they say when I talk to him tomorrow. But for the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead. All right, y'all. So it's been a couple hours. Spectrum actually showed up on time, and I'm actually glad I did not cancel the appointment once the internet came back on, because when he got here, he was like, I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to do, because ain't no modem even on this account. And I'm like, yeah, they just messed up my account then, because it was just on there a while ago. And then when I log into my Spectrum app, I could see my modem, but on the back end, there was no modem. And that's not the first time I've seen something like that. And when I worked there and I would see stuff like that, I would have to kind of make an excuse as to what was going on with the account. And then I was kind of hanging around while he called his DOJ, the Department of Job, or Day of Job Department, because he had to have them put the modem back on the account. And I just happened to be in my closet when he was doing that. And I could hear the rep that he was working with say, it's going to be a minute because this account is all messed up. So whatever they did this afternoon, they like totally screwed my account up. But he got it all straightened out, supposedly. Milo, get off Milo. Supposedly. So we're going to see. But I am going to call them tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to try to remember to call them tomorrow. And try to get that bill lowered. Definitely within the next week or so. Because $140 for just streaming cable is fucking ridiculous. I could see if I still had receivers. I don't have receivers anymore. So receivers / cable boxes, for those that don't know what a receiver is. I just finished hole punching all my reference guides and putting them in my reference binder for 2026. And then also printing off parts of the planner that I need right away. This is a 300 page planner. I want to make sure I had enough ink and paper to do it all. So I was able to print off the parts that I need now. And then by the end of February, I'll start printing off the next quarter and the rest of the pages. For now, I'm just going to chill out. I've been watching some more YouTube. I listened to a podcast earlier while I was waiting on him to finish called Dear Black Man, Are You Good? I listened to one episode last night. That's what had me up late. The episode I listened to today was called Black Dollars, Black Love. The hosts of this podcast don't separate theirs out into seasons or number the episodes, so I don't know which episode that would be. It was dated February 28th, so it was 2025 February 28th. It's one of the podcasts that was recommended for me to listen to in my evolution of change situation I'm going through. I have a whole list of podcasts. That was one of them. I listened to an episode of Code Switch yesterday. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not really feeling Code Switch, but I did listen to it since it was suggested. It was episode It was an episode on gratitude from November 29th of earlier this year. Again, it doesn't look like they number their episodes or their seasons. So it was posted November 29th of this year. So it's called Gratitude Isn't Just for Thanksgiving. And that's again by Code Switch. And the one from Dear Black Man, You Good. That I listened to yesterday wasn't a phase. Niggas still queer. It was their Black Pride. It was their Pride episode from June 29th. It was just the first episode that popped up, so I was just checking it out. They actually had some very good things to talk about in that episode. So, not recommending anything for anybody. You got to figure out on your own, but I am going to share what I'm listening to right now. So those are two episodes that I listened to from Dear Black Man, You Good, and one episode from Code Switch. I'm not really, like I said, I'm not really feeling the vibe of Code Switch. I'm trying to bring up my podcast list. Some of the other ones that was recommended for me is the Black Male Therapist podcast. Man to Man podcast, Mindset Matters, the Black Man focused episodes, The Nod, haven't searched some of these out to find out if they're actual podcasts or just subjects, but Higher Learning, Pod Save my people, Pod Save the People, Earn Your Leisure, Grow Black Leaders, The Read. I know this is a podcast, the Joe Budden podcast, not only because it's in the title, but because I have heard of it before. Mindset Matters, Dear Culture, I think that's it. And then I'm adding to the list Kirk Franklin's podcast, Den of Kings. I'm going to go ahead and chill out, and I will check in with you guys tomorrow. I have my orthodontist follow-up tomorrow, so check in with you tomorrow. Good morning. It is Monday, December the 29th. I was originally supposed to go to the Bucks game tonight, but I canceled those plans. I wanted to start my birthday celebration this week, but being responsible is more important right now, so paying my bills. Anyway, I have a orthodontist follow-up in about 2 hours, so right now I am just chilling. I'm going to be taking my shower shortly, so I can leave here between 11 and 11:30. Hopefully the Uber don't cost me too much, but that is the plan for this morning. Right now I'm just gonna chill out. All right, guys, so it is currently 12 o'clock, 12:01 to be exact. And I'm actually in and out of the orthodontist before my appointment even started. My appointment started at 12. I got here at about 11:35, 11:40-ish, and they had me in the seat right away. They pretty much just changed my bands and told me I need to use wear my rubber bands more often, so that some gaps on either side can close a lot faster. Because the goal is to have these braces off by June, sooner if possible. But they want those gaps closed, and they're gonna do some other fine tuning when I come back in February. So gotta wear my rubber bands. What's going on, guys? It is Wednesday, December 31st. Happy New Year's Eve. I just got home from work. Just realized I was editing last week's vlog, and I realized that I either lost some footage or did not film as much as I thought I did. So, not that I can make up for it, but definitely want to come on and say something today. I meant to say something yesterday. I'm very sleepy. About to head to bed. But I need to wash my face before I do so. But I hope you guys are ready for the new year. I know that I was late in getting the ChatGPT prompt out there, so if you was able to use it, great. If not, it's not too late. Go ahead and pop that into ChatGPT and see what it has to say for you in 2026, or Gemini, or any other AI that you might use. And it's just advice, you know, nothing is set in stone, but hopefully it will help you as much as it helped me. So, with that said, I have some little smokies in the oven right now. that is going to be my contribution to tonight's festivities at work. I think somebody's bringing sparkling grape juice, and somebody else is bringing a 7-layer salad. Somebody else is bringing a dinner tray, not a dinner tray, meat and cheese tray with some Hawaiian rolls or something. And then somebody else is bringing some chili. So we should definitely have a nice little spread for tonight. And hopefully, ooh, my face looks red after washing it. And hopefully the phones won't ring too much tonight. That's always nice. I know on Christmas Eve, they didn't ring very much at all. Christmas Day, they didn't ring until about 4 or 5 o'clock the next morning. But it was still light compared to a normal day. And then I imagine come Monday we're going to be back to our regular call value. But with that said, I am going to go ahead and lay that out, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I'll try to touch base with y'all before the new year. What's going on, good people? It is actually Thursday morning, January 1st. Happy New Year. Hope you guys had a safe New Year's celebration. Hope you guys had a safe New Year celebration. I just got home from work. Work was work last night. Nothing crazy. Just the usual alarm that keeps going off, and they won't go out there and fix it. But I did not take a single phone call last night, which I'm grateful about. Not that our phone calls are difficult, but they can be excessive. Especially between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. That's the last hour of my shift. And right now there's only 2 of us that gets off at 7, and they leave all the phone calls for the 2 of us because when they come in, we no longer have to work alarms. But we got a feeling that we're getting a new manager, big manager. We got 3 small managers, medium managers, and we got a main manager. So we get a new main manager middle of January, and we got a feeling that he's gonna come in there and shake some things up because honestly, the shift that I have, as much as I'm okay with it, it's not necessary. What needs to happen is first shifters and second shifters need to be on time for work. Because they don't have a person that comes in from like 3 to 11 to cover the third shift change. So they really just need to buckle down and either enforce the late policy or start getting rid of people that are excessively late. And I'm using the generosity. They have 2 people. Well, they had 2 people. One person was coming in from 8 to 4. That person quit. 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That person quit. She was actually on third shift when I got to third shift, and in order to keep her from quitting, they tried to move her to the 8 to 4 to see if that would sway her, and they didn't. She stayed like a week and a half, and then quit. And then they have one person that comes in from 7 to 3. She's basically our relief. But she was there before I started there, and when I got there, she was out on maternity leave. So when we went to 11 to 7, she was coming back from maternity leave, so they gave her the option to go to 7 to 3. But yeah, we believe that the new manager is going to come in and change that and like, no, everybody needs to align with the actual shifts. So, yeah. Now I think if you change it the other way around, where first shift is from 7 to 3, second shift is 3 to 11, and third shift is 11 to 7, I think that will cause a big uproar and may have a mass departure. Oh my goodness, my boxes are cracking or crushing. But if you just go ahead and align the three of us with the shifts that we're supposed to be aligned with, I think that would make more sense. And if that happens, then I'll go from 11 to 7 to 10 to 6. And I'm okay with that because I'm usually there at 9:30 anyway, because that's around the time that the last bus that goes past the facility pulls up. Well, it's not. It's about 9:30 by the time I get off the bus and walk the half mile from the bus stop to the front door. Otherwise, with my current schedule, if I took a later bus, I would have to walk the same mile and a half I do every morning, but with no street lights and no sidewalks. So it's a bit more dangerous, which is why I sacrificed that hour and go in at 10:30. I mean at 9:30 instead of the bus that would get me there at 10:30. But if he align us with the actual third shift hours, like I said, I'm okay with that because that will automatically give me an hour back on the quote unquote start of my day, and then I will get home roughly around. Right now, I get home roughly around 8:30, 8:45, depending on how the traffic is and whether or not the traffic causes my bus to be late in the morning. And then on Saturday mornings, the bus automatically runs later. No, the bus runs the same, but the train runs on a slightly different schedule. So by the time I get off the bus and get up to the train platform, usually I can just miss the train. I have to wait 20 minutes. So that's when I get home around 8:40, almost 9 o'clock. Normally I'm here between 8:30 and 8:45. I think I'm getting off the train. I'm used to get off the train right around 8:30, and by the time I walk from the train to the house, it's about 8:45. With me getting that hour back in the evening, that means I'll be getting home an hour earlier as well. So essentially, I'll have almost 2 hours of my day back. So I'll be grateful for that. But that's yet to be determined. It's just speculation right now among some of us that's on third shift, mainly the supervisors. But for now, I do want to wish you guys a happy New Year, and I hope you guys go into this year with intentional expansion, and I will see you guys later. Milo, you better not knock my stuff over. I'll see you guys later. I'm about to eat a snack and then go to bed. Alright, y'all, so day 3 of 2026 is coming to a close, and if I haven't said it already, I want to thank you guys for all the support you have given me in 2025. I was looking at my analytics the other day, and in 2025 I did do over 200 videos, if you include the reels as well as the long form videos. I mean the shorts and the long form videos. So in total I think I did about 280 videos. 132 of them were long form videos, and the other 150 were shorts. So if you look at it that way, I did exceed my goal. But my goal was actually when I entered the year, my goal was to do 200 long form videos, and I didn't quite get there. This year, my focus is shifting. My priorities have changed. So I don't have the capacity or the bandwidth to do a weekly vlog anymore. As you can see, the last couple have been either short or not that entertaining because my focus has been on getting to and from work without incident, considering that I am on public transportation and I have to travel much further for this job than I did for my last job. So, and then with me being on third shift, prime filming hours, I'm used to sleep. So with that in mind, vlogs are not going away entirely. It's just that my focus on the quality of vlogs have changed. So I have worked out some things using that prompt that I gave you guys in the last couple videos to try to bring better content in 2026 and not so much the series form content that I was trying to do with the Flashback Fridays, Self-Care Wednesdays, and Mindful Mondays. Getting away from that kind of stuff and just trying to develop a more solid content plan in 2026 that fits my schedule. So with that in mind, I am going to go ahead and sign out of this video because I'm sure it's another short one. But I do want to thank you again for all your support in 2025, and I look forward to you sticking around in 2026. And with that, y'all have a good night, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.